Hi, welcome to Upper Sandusky Community Library's Crafternoon. My name is Rachel and I'll be helping you make this month's craft, our Welcome Spring Altered book. So if you've already been up to the library and gotten your craft pack, let's get started. Now this month's a little bit different because we're going to be using a glue gun. So if you don't have a glue gun, we do have some glue guns at the library that you can check out. Just ask at the front desk and we'll be happy to help you out with that. So plug that baby in, grab your scissors and a ruler if you want your cut straight, and let's get started. Now in your craft pack, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to separate your elements. You have butterflies and wires in there. Separate the floral wires according to size. I think there's 4 different sizes, so just put those into different groups according to size. And then with your butterflies, divide those out according to color, because that's going to make it easier when you start gluing it all together. So once that's done and your glue gun's all warmed up, take your book out. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to work on the cover. Now some of your covers may have some rip marks in them or some markings. So what we're going to do is we're going to cover the inside covers and back covers of our book with these pieces of wallpaper. So if you want your edges cut straight, use a ruler and find out your dimensions here and cut that out of your wallpaper, or you can just eyeball it, whatever you like. But what you're going to do is you're just going to cover the inside cover, leaving an edge. If you can see along here, I let some of that green color go around just to give it a contrast. It'll look nicer that way. If you don't like the color, just wrap it all the way around the corner or go up to the edge, whatever you like. But I like a little bit of contrast. So you're going to add some glue starting on the edge, put it down, and then work your way back on the edges. If you do glue all at once, then you'll get bubbles and ripples because it dries too fast. So you're going to do that on the front and the back cover. And it's going to look something like this. Let's see. And I like to make sure that I have a little bit of print on the edge just as another contrasting color. But again, that's up to you. So front and back cover with that. Now the next thing you're going to do is open your book to where that marker is and let it lay down. And we're going to create kind of a little hill. And how we're going to do that is by taking our first page here, and you're going to measure up, eyeball it I do, about a 1/2 inch from where your wallpaper begins there. So you're going to go about like here, so that's a little bit more than 1 inch there. But about that far, just so you can see some of the wallpaper, and you're going to glue this page down just on the edge. Don't glue anything else because we want that hill. And once you do that, then you can lay your pages on top, and it'll create a nice little bit of movement. And you'll do that on either side. Again, we're just gluing the very first page down about a 1/2 inch in from where your wallpaper edge is. And I'll show on this book so you can see what I'm talking about a little bit better. See, it's not very far, just enough to give a contrast. See the purple on this one? So you do that on the front and the back. And then open it back up to your middle section. Now you're going to work your book as if you were reading it, so the print is legible if you were trying to read it. Now what you're going to do with the holes, the drilled holes in your book, they're located at the top of the book. We're going to work, the ones closest to us are going to be the shortest one, working to the longest floral wires in the back. So you can begin adding those just by adding a little dollop of the glue gun on the end. You just need a little drop or so. And then you're just going to stick it right in those holes, working front to back. And it doesn't matter if the wires are a little bendy, you can smooth them out and bend them however you want your butterflies to fly. So just do that until you're completed with all your wires in. And if you have more wires than that, you can put them aside, and if you want to, you can twist them on the other wires to give a little more height or whatever. Just play with it when you're done, see what you like. So add all your wires, and then we're going to add our butterflies. And the way I did it is I wanted to create kind of the image of it coming directly from the book, like, oh no, the book is giving birth to little butterflies, and then they start turning into real butterflies until you have our pretty real looking butterflies at the top. So in other words, we have the book print first, the purple book print second, and then they get steadily darker until they go to the back, and then I made sure that my realistic looking butterflies were the tallest or the highest ones in the back, but it's up to you. So once you have all your butterflies on, however you want them to go, they'll look something like that. And you'll have more butterflies than wires. So what I did was I just added some on the bare section. So some of my wires have 2 butterflies on them, just however you like it to fill it in. Now, you also notice that at the bottom around my wires, I added a little bit of book print grass. And how you do that is you take that book print page that's in your pack and you cut it in half. Oh, here it is. Just cut it in half lengthwise. And then you're just going to make some V cuts with your scissors. And it'll look like this. And you just pluck those out. But when you're doing it, make sure you leave about a 1/2 inch or so at the bottom, because with that half inch, we're going to fold it like this. So it creates like a little L there. And then if it's about, I made mine, I'd say that's about 3 inches or so. I cut a little piece in the middle. That way I can bend this. So fold it, snip it just on the ledgy part there. That way you can bend it. And then that way, I kind of put a little dollop of glue right here, put that on top. So it made it kind of like a cup almost. And then put some glue on the bottom, and then glue it around the base of your wire. And that way it just kind of covers up the bare spots at the bottom and gives it a little bit more life and more of that book coming right out. So this is how I did mine. And you can see how yours is. Here's the grass coming up in different colors. And you can bend the wires even afterwards to arrange it how you like it. You can have them swerving one way or the other, however you like it. Well, thank you so much for joining me this month, and I hope to see you next month for our Crafternoon. Have a great day.